He told me throw it back. A bow. A bowl. A bowel. Oh shit, okay, here we go. He told me throw it back, a bow. So I sit this motherfucker on his lap, a bow. Boy, come and make this ass fat.
It's the cup.
Hey guys, welcome to the video. Spacey here. Clean, follow me. He gave me COVID, y'all, but I still got followers.
She generates COVID. She gave herself COVID. Hi, mi gente. This is Chris. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to Catch These Hands. Today, I'm going to be giving y'all a parting tutorial for these beautiful 4 straight backs that I did on my cousin, and I am going to be talking quite a bit, and I'm sorry, but try and just soak up as much as y'all can and just be here for me if you can. Right here is where I was playing with her a little bit, like, we're done. This is the style. And these are the 2 braiding jams that I like to mix together whenever I'm working on her hair, and that's the leave-in conditioner that I prefer to use whenever I'm working on almost all of my clients. It's bomb whenever it comes to moisture retention. Like I said, this is going to be more of a tutorial for the parting, so try and pay attention to that as much as you can. And I really hate teaching because I don't know how to teach, but I'm just going to try and talk y'all through what I'm doing, and hopefully y'all kind of get the gist or soak up whatever y'all needed to get from this video. So let's get to it. So a middle part, let's talk about it. For me, if y'all are not new to my channel and you've seen other videos before, you know that I especially struggle with middle parts, but I always conquer. I will spend a good anywhere between, if I've done their heads multiple times, I could spend only 5 minutes getting a middle part. And if it's a new client, I could take up to like 10-15 minutes, honestly. And I really don't think that that's a bad thing if you're giving a perfect product. So just take your time. On the rough draft at first, you don't have to take your time. You could just cut through that in like 15-30 seconds, just a real rough draft, but then put them in the ponytails like I did, or in the buns, so that you can get that equal tension on both sides. Once you've got that tension on both sides and you've got that middle part, or that rough draft middle part, it'll be a much easier task for you to be able to find the middle part and to really set it off. Then take your time, part those compound hairs. That's when more than one hair strand is growing out of a follicle. Just really take your time going down that middle part. Look in the front, look from the back, do whatever you need to do. And that's that. So for everybody who's asking, what is this kid doing? I'm about to break it down for you. As a beginner, this is something that I would recommend just for spatial parting, to make sure that you get a good middle between where you're needing to, so that all of your braids are symmetrical on both sides. I would use this comb that I'm using. It comes in that plastic pack that everybody's used to getting all them combs in. It's got the big teeth on one side, small teeth on the other, and a little pick on the end. I'm just using the big teeth side to gauge how many teeth length along her hairline, and then I'm just dividing that number by 2, and that's going to give me where I need to start on the hairline. And then I did the exact same thing on her kitchen so that I could know exactly where the middle of her kitchen is, so that there's enough space to where it goes to the very back of her head. Once you've determined where you need to start the part and where you need to end the part, it's pretty much just the fill in the blanks of parting along the curvature of her head and then just crisping it up. You're not going to go straight back, even though it's called straight backs. You're definitely going to have to follow the curvature of the head, like I said. I'm taking each of these sections and I'm braiding them down so that I get a good idea of if they're actually symmetrical, if the lines or if the parts are actually straight, just to give me, like I said, a good overview of what I'm doing before I put in the braiding hair. Because Lord knows, as soon as we put the braiding hair in, we're not trying to take it out, all of the braid, just so that we can take out, move this line over and make the part extra crispy. Like, no. So I like to pre-plan as much as I can whenever it comes to any braided style. But whenever I'm doing cornrows especially, I like to make sure that I pre-plan out the rows or the sections, the parts, whatever you want to call them, just to make sure that, like I said, I have a good view of what it's gonna look like before I'm done. Putting them in cornrows like this is advantageous so that you can see, like I said earlier, the tension that you're gonna see whenever they're actually in the braids, opposed to just doing a loose-handed flat twist or putting this section into a hairpin or something. I'm about to finish letting y'all watch this. Please don't mind my ugly mug. Not so ugly, I'm fine. But y'all just finished watching me section this hair out, finish parting this side. I'm gonna let y'all watch without me talking, and let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below. If you haven't liked this video already, please like the video, and I'll talk with y'all in a few minutes. So like I said, this is mainly a parting tutorial for the straight backs, but I did want to go ahead and show a little bit of me doing the feed-ins on the braids. These are stitched. Please don't come for me. My stitch game is ass. I'm still getting up there. I'm still trying to work on it, and definitely it's going to be perfect before I drop a parting or before I drop a tutorial for y'all on stitch braiding. But I just wanted to show y'all a little bit of my process. I'm feeding in almost every single pass, and I'm feeding in very, very small amounts of hair because I wanted these braids to be very natural looking on her, even though she wanted them a little thicker. But I wanted to do a little style at the end with the buns, and I knew that they needed to be a little natural size. So that's what I did. I'm feeding in a little bit of hair each braid that I go, to give it a very natural progression. And I'm also just feeding in literally just enough to make sure that I'm covering her natural hair, because I don't know if y'all are able to see this, but I am tucking her natural hair as best as I can. Now, obviously, you're not always going to be able to tuck perfectly unless you're African. Them women in them shops be the goat. I swear, oh my gosh, they can tuck so beautifully. I'm so envious. But don't stress yourself on tucking. A lot of women I see, or a lot of braiders, let me not say that, a lot of braiders that I see comb the client's natural hair in with the braiding hair, and that does a good job of blending it in. But I've noticed that whenever I've done that in the past, and I might have done it differently than they have just because it's not really my method, I've still noticed that my clients' ends of their natural hair still will frizz a little bit, and you'll see that frizziness on the tops or throughout the braid pretty much. And I just really like to tuck as much of my client's natural hair underneath the braid as possible. So whenever they're cornrows, in theory, you wouldn't be able to see the client's natural hair, even if it was a month and a half later. You would just be worrying about their new growth because all of the braiding hair would be on top of and covering their hair. This is especially important whenever you're doing colors. Obviously, we're doing black today, but whenever you're tucking. But yeah, that was the first braid. I'm about to do the second braid. So y'all can just get back to watching and let me know what you think. All right, so I'm just getting on here to keep it funky with y'all. I'm seeing, if y'all are seeing with me, on this part to the left of the braid that I'm doing right here, right above my hands, it kind of looks like the part is off. I just wanted to come on and let y'all know, this is something that I should have caught while I was doing it. I just didn't pay attention. Whenever y'all saw me unravel the braid a little bit earlier, that was when I let go of the tension, and I kind of let the tension go whenever I unraveled it, and I should have maintained better grip before I continued braiding. So the part itself is very straight, no worries on this parting tutorial, but I just wanted to come on here and be honest with y'all. I'm not perfect. I just wanted to show y'all my mistake and point it out so that y'all saw it. And this is the finished product. I smoothed it over with a little bit of edge control, that part that I had just told y'all about with the looseness, so that y'all could see the clarity of the part. But yeah, look at it. Look at it. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's so pretty. And I hate doing edges because I'm terrible at it, but I did pretty good this time. Let me know what y'all think.